Hey everyone, it's me again. Will that be my intro? Tell me in the comments below if you want me to sing a song for my intro. I think that you should vote no, but if you want to vote yes, that'd be super nice of you. So the last few videos have kind of had like a pretty concrete theme. This one doesn't have that. Sorry to disappoint you. I know you guys really bank on my classic 2 videos worth of concrete themes. But today I just want to talk about basically just things that wig me out. I know, very, very specific, very easy to go in deep with this one specific topic, but that's what I was thinking about. There's a lot of things that I think about a lot that I just don't know. I have no occasion to bring up in other conversations, so I'm just going to use you guys as my little outlet for just like spilling some tea on the things that just make me go bonkers. So to start out, I have a little list on my computer, so that's why I'm going to be looking up in the corner here. My big question is, why is there a watch it again section on YouTube? I don't know if you guys watch YouTube a lot, you're watching it now, but I watch a lot of YouTube, and sometimes on my recommended page, on the front page, I'll be scrolling around and it'll say watch it again with a bunch of videos that I've already watched, and YouTube knows that I've watched them, and I just don't understand why that's a section. Like, I know that's part of like YouTube's money making scheme, but it just seems really redundant. Like, it's literally redundant. I know it's probably just like about the money, like they know that you already like these videos so you'll watch them again, but it just seems like there's so much content on YouTube that I could potentially like. Can you just show me that? Another slightly YouTube related thing, you know when you see those like interview things, I think they're on Jimmy Kimmel, and people go up to people on the street and they're like, did you know that Barack Obama, he said the moon isn't real? And they just basically like ask someone a question that isn't true, and the person's like, oh yeah, I've heard about that, it's so crazy. Or at a political rally, they'll go up to people and be like, what do you like about this candidate? People are like, well, I don't know, I just like the way that he talks. Those are like such nonsense. I don't understand why people are like, oh my gosh, this proves that like this camp is totally wrong about everything, or that like these people are stupid. It's like if I ran up to you on the street and just started like bombarding you with questions that you like haven't necessarily thought of the answers to, or like just aren't prepared for in like a mental way, like you would probably look dumb too. It just drives me crazy that this is used as like the evidence against like other sides, or like crumbling a political discourse in the country. There's plenty of other ways to like talk about that in a constructive manner, but just running up to people and being like, you don't know anything, and then putting it on YouTube is like not the way to go about things. Speaking a bit about politics, something else that's been on my mind recently is activism songs and how literal they can be. So a lot of songs that have been coming out recently have been a little bit more politically motivated. I think that speaks a lot to the culture that we're currently living in, but some of them are so literal in the way they go about this. The new Kesha song, which is in a politically driven movie on the basis of sex, the song is called Here Comes the Change, and the chorus says, here comes the change, we're coming of age, this is not a phase, here comes the change. And then she says, is it a crazy thought that if I have a child, I hope they live to see the day that everyone's equal? And like, there's nothing wrong with these lyrics, it just seems like so heavy-handed and on the nose that I'm like, what's the point of like this being a song? You could just like have a monologue in the movie that says this. I started thinking about this because one of my favorite bands, AJR, put out a song called Role Models, and it's basically about people that you admire ending up being like not the best people, and they mention Louis C.K. by name. And while it's totally valid to be critical of Louis C.K. and to be upset that he has done these bad things, it just doesn't really fit for me in a song. I don't know if I'm making sense, but like, let me know if you agree with me. Tell me in the comments. Get that engagement. I just think it's too much. It's like not musical. It's very awkward to like hear someone sing the name Louis C.K. I don't know. That's just my opinion. You can disagree with me. You probably do. But like, let me know. Totally unrelated, something else that wigs me out is the fact that things can taste different than they smell. And like, I know this is just me being dumb, I'm aware, but like, if you smell my Bath & Body Works Hibiscus Guava Fresco, Delicious. Please bring this scent back. It smelled so good. They only had it for like one summer, and I'm really upset that it's gone. It's one of the best smells that they have, or they had. But like, if I were to lick my arm right now, it'd be like, yeah. I know that they put that in for your safety. It's like there's no odor, but there's a taste in the agent. But it just wigs me out, cause like, you smell a food, that's usually about how it tastes. Also, in food, an exception is caramelized onions. Caramelized onions smell amazing, and they taste just like, yeah. They can add a lot of flavor, but they just don't taste that good. This is just something that bothers me. Probably has no effect on anyone else's life, but for mine, it's haunting. Oh, a couple of school-related ones. Teachers that get mad if you call them Miss instead of Mrs. Relax. I'm not invalidating your marriage by calling you Miss. Like, I had not a teacher, she was a director for my school musical. She would get so mad if we called her Miss. She goes, I'm married to my husband, I love him very much. I'm like, okay, but like, it's hard to say the word Mrs. all the time. Especially with some last names. It's hard to get out all both the syllables. And like, Miss, it doesn't matter. My big takeaway is that it doesn't matter, and your last name is still his last name, in this case at least. It was so, oh my gosh, it like pushed my buttons to the nth degree. I would get so angry. It's like, just relax. Like, we know that you're married. We just say Miss. It's like a slip of the tongue. I'm not very good at talking. Have you seen my YouTube videos? Miss. Miss, have you seen them? Anyway, also teachers that pretend that like two kids like want to be dating or that they're in a relationship, and they're like, oh, we know that you two were married back there, but you gotta pay attention. It's like, okay, first of all, that makes a lot of people really uncomfortable. It's not chill, and this isn't your Netflix comedy special. Please leave me alone. First of all, if one of those kids did like the other kid, and you just like totally exposed them, and like they got all like flustered, and that like exposed their crush and like ruined their day and potentially like a lot of their time at school if they were embarrassed by it. Or imagine if those people didn't like each other and like it made someone who liked them uncomfortable and stopped the relationship from blossoming. There's like so much wrong with that kind of mentality that you have to like poke fun at the fact that they're two people of the opposite sex talking to each other. Just tell them to stop talking and control your classroom in not a way that is meant to humiliate people. That's what really the issue is. Don't humiliate people to gain control. Wow, I'm getting really like flustered and like mad. I need to dial it back. The next ones are a little bit less real life, so they might be a little bit more lighthearted. I don't understand why the Weather Channel and other like news outlets make their reporters go out in bad weather when they tell us not to go out in bad weather. Side note, I don't know if you've seen the video of the guy faking being blown by the wind and rain, and the two guys walking behind him. They're totally fine. It's very funny. Sometimes you can tell that it's dangerous to be outside, and they're getting like beat down by snow, and it's very windy, and their umbrellas are like breaking apart, and they're like, don't come outside, like stay in your homes, like we just want to protect you. And it's like, well, we don't need you to be outside. We're probably in our houses, or we can at least see the outside and how bad it is. You can report from inside. Also, if you've seen the Weather Channel graphic where it's like simulated around her, and she's like, the water is rising here, and it would be like up to my waist. That's so much of a better way to do it. And even if you don't have that technology, you can just be like, we're not going to go outside because it's dangerous. Like, that should be your warning. That gets me mad as well. I'm not as mad, but I'm still a little bit mad. Also, speaking of weather shows, what is with like Latin American, Central American, I think, talk shows and like being like really sexual, really like sexy. And like American like broadcasters can like dress like kind of like, ooh, but it's not like overtly sexual. Like a lot of other like weather things that I've seen from like Spanish speaking countries, they're like really sexualized. I just don't understand what the point is. Like, sure, it's fun, and it's just like, it's odd to me because I'm from like a different culture where we don't really do that, but it's just very confusing. And like, I'm like, this is the weather, like why are we getting like titillated while watching the weather? We also don't understand the hype about is certain attractive people. I don't really want to hate on these people. I just don't get why they're like hailed as like the most attractive. One is Lele Pons. You might say like, well, Sarah, she's a girl, you don't understand. One, that's quite an assumption to be making. And two, like there's plenty of like females who people are like, oh, she's so attractive, and I'm like, yes, I understand, like I get that they're attractive. But Lele Pons like looks busted all the time. Her hair is always like gross and like wavy. I shouldn't be bullying her too much, but I just don't get like why that's like her thing when it's like not her thing. I'm so sorry, I shouldn't be saying this. Moving on, also the Dolan twins have very angular and threatening faces. And I'm sorry to say that, but it's just like, and it's unnerving. Also, if my roommate watches this, she'll be so mad at me, but I don't think Noah Centineo is that hot. I think he's very cute, but like people are going crazy over Noah Centineo, and I'm just like, I don't really get this hype. Like, he's good looking, but he's not like amazing looking in my opinion. I don't know. Sorry if I've stepped on any of your toes, hurt any of your crushes. I'm just trying to keep it real for the tube. Anyway, ooh, let me know what wigs you out. If you want to comment down below, if you want to subscribe. I don't know, am I a real YouTuber? Probably not. But I hope you have a wonderful day, and bye!